Hey y'all, in today's video I'm going to be ranking and reviewing my Dossier collection. So for those of you who don't know, Dossier is a fragrance house that makes premium perfumes that are inspired by luxury scents. You have scents inspired by Tom Ford, Le Labo, YSL, all starting at $19. I think on average they run about $29. The most expensive one I've seen on the site is $54. So all the iconic fragrances that you know and love, yes. I actually have some to make real comparisons. Here's the kicker, there is no kicker. Quality is not compromised in any way, shape, or fashion. I actually find that some of Dossier's perfumes outperform. So if you're interested in buying, I have a code DJ10, that's DEEJAE 10. They have a welcome offer that gives you 20% off, so you can take that 20% off and you can also use my code and that'll give you an extra 10% off. Yes, you're allowed to combine coupon codes, so make sure you do that. Dossier has a new payment method called Catch, which allows you to gain cash back on your purchases. You'll want to check that out too. So, let's get this thing going. Number 8, Floral Rose, inspired by Le Labo's Rose 31. I made a chart. I thought this out. I'm ranking this at number 8, mostly because of performance and also just preference. I think the scent is a little too mature for me. So moving on. Number 7, I have Gourmand Orange Blossom. This is inspired by Lancome's La Vie est Belle. I don't speak French, so don't. Smells lovely. I love Gourmands. I actually love Orange Blossom too, which is why I got you. So I saw Gourmand, I saw Orange Blossom. I said yes. Don't like patchouli notes, so this is why it's lower ranked in my collection, because while I do like some of the notes, the patchouli is a bit much. So not reaching for this as often. Inspired by Viktor and Rolf's Flower Bomb. So I love the smell, and it is dead on to that fragrance. One of my friends actually wears that fragrance, and when I spray this, I think of her. So yummy. I love gourmands, and I love the white flowers as well. So it's very sweet and also very fresh. Yummy. The only note I'm not a big fan of, again, is the patchouli. So you see it's down towards the bottom, but we're working our way up. Powdery Tobacco. This is inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanilla Dreamy. So this is where I start to get these top 5. This is starting to get like mouth watering. But it has the powdery, also the tobacco, so you get a smokiness, sweetness, yumminess, and it just smells amazing. What I really like about this is that it reminds me of a perfume that I used to get in high school that is now discontinued. So I feel like I've recaptured that. I had no clue that Tom Ford had that scent. Otherwise I would have been hopped on it a long time ago. But I'm happy that I got it by Dossier instead, because it performed super well and the price difference. The winner is easy. The right choice. Duh. This is Woody Chestnut. And I'm very excited about this. Currently, I have it at number 4, but it's only there right now because my top 3 are like what I'm wearing at the moment. This is going to be in my top 3, top 2, probably not 2 though, come fall and winter time. Right now is just not the season for this. I fell in love with this. So I smelled this in the winter time, but I wasn't completely sold on committing to buying a full bottle because it wasn't in the winter, and I was like, I probably won't be reaching for this for much longer. Let me just ride this out. I saw Dossier made a perfume inspired by this guy, and it smells the exact same. You're probably not gonna believe me. This lasts longer than any perfume I've ever had in my entire life. And I think part of why it does outperform is that Dossier has created a perfume. This is actually I'm going to so botch this, an eau de toilette. Here's the difference. Eau de toilettes have a fragrance oil concentration of typically like 5 to 10, whereas perfumes have a higher concentration. This lasted over 12 hours on me. I kid you not. Warm, cozy, gourmandy, sweet scent. And actually, this scent is unisex. So I love it on me as a woman, but I also imagine this would be really just dreamy on a guy as well. So ladies and gents, you're gonna wanna get some of this. One is Woody Sandalwood. I was super excited for this. This is inspired by Le Labo Santal 33. And that fragrance is super popular, but the price point was pretty steep. And for me, it would have been a blind buy. It just smells so wonderful. It's really different from the rest of my collection and different for me, especially because I typically do reach for the sweets and the gourmand. This is just different. I knew it would still like speak to my heart was that it has a base note of amber. I love amber. But all these other notes, the cardamom, especially the creaminess of the sandalwood, this is just something that's unlike anything else that I've ever smelled, and it brings in the compliments. This is not a common smell, and it's such a good one, and everyone is like, wow, what is that you're wearing? So good. Number 3. Okay, and oh, I also want to point out that the concentration on this, I remember it was 25%. So, yeah, imagine. So, next I have Floral Marshmallow. This is inspired by Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Love Don't Be Shy captures me in a bottle, honestly. That's how I feel about that fragrance. Here I have the bottle. I love this. I love this. I love this. I cannot tell you how much I love this. But this does not last long enough, especially for the price point. Now here comes Dossier to save the day, because I feel as though it has given me all that I wanted with this, but also everything that this was not giving me. Like, it gave me this and more, because this outperforms this by a long shot. This actually lasts, okay, gives me 4 to 8 hours strong. Kilian's on a typical day, 2 hours. I love this fragrance so much. Obviously you can see I'm almost done. Oh, my mouth waters when I smell this. It just smells. Oh, for number 1, here we go. Mbree Cherry by Dossier, inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. And as you see, I like cherries a lot. Tom Ford's Lost Cherry costs $375. I smelled it in the store. I loved it. It might be worth it, but I just couldn't do it. And then, voila! Dossier saves the day once again. I have this at number 1 because this is what I've been reaching for the most as of lately. Also because I told y'all I did like a thing of like projection, longevity, the whole 9. just so amazing. I've literally been out and had people saying like, what are you wearing? I've had girls literally stop me. I tell them we've gone to the site together, put it in the cart, like walk through the purchase together. I'm like, hey, you can use my code. Don't forget to use my code DJ10. Like, this is a showstopper, honestly. Such a sweet gourmand, but it's also very like juicy. Like, it's just so amazing. It's so many compliments. So that's my number one. If you do decide to shop with Dossier, don't forget to use my code DJ10, DEEJAE10, to get an extra 10% off your purchase. And I'll see y'all next time.